Oh, did Ravi forget his lunchbox? Thong had lunchbox in his hand, which he had placed on the dining table for Jungkook, but looked like Jungkook forgot to take it. It was a quiet morning in the Jeon household. Thong is 7 months pregnant. He placed the lunchbox back on its place when he heard doorbell. Thong, oh ma, he opened the door. Mrs. Yeon stood there, holding a thermal bag and a small pin in her hand. I go, look at you. You're glowing more every time I see you. Moo moo, don't stand too long. Tong stepped aside, laughing softly as he entered it. You don't have to bring me so much every time. He saw his mother in law placing the box of sweets in the kitchen. Mrs. Yon, you are pregnant with my grandchild. Of course, I have to check on you. You think I will leave my son in law alone like that and will not bring him sweets? Huh, that's not gonna happen. Jungkook loves you, Chubby, and I will make sure to feed you more. Besides, I don't want to leave you alone. Thong laughed, rubbing his belly. I'm not alone. I have got little pain here. Mrs. Yon softened it, walking over to gently place her hand on his belly. Oh, little Ben is growing. And your husband? Did Jungkook eat before leaving? Thong shook his head, pout forming on his lip. He rushed out again today. He even forgot his lunch. Mrs. Yon raised an eyebrow. Ash, that boy. Mrs. Yon placed a hand on his hips and sighed. Then take this lunch to him. Go to his office. Can give it to yourself. Thong hesitated, glancing at neatly packed tiffin box in the kitchen counter. But what if he gets angry? He doesn't like being disturbed during work. Mrs. Yon waved her hand. Nonsense. He forgot his lunch, not his manners. He won't be angry. Thong bit his lip, still unsure. Still, he is busy these days. I don't know, I should go. Mrs. Yon smiles warmly, gently brushing his bangs from his eyes. Alright then, I will come with you. Let's go together and surprise him. Thong eyes lit up. Really? You will come? Mrs. Yon. Of course. Now pack the lunch neatly while I grab my bag. Excited, Thong carefully packed Jungkook's favorite dishes, double shaking the container. Once ready, they both stepped into the car with the driver already holding the door open. Just as the car halfway to Jungkook company, Mrs. Yeon phones rang. Mrs. Yeon, it's your father-in-law. Just a moment. She answered. What? Now? But Alright, I will come. Yes, I'm on my way. She ended the call and turned it apologetically to Thong. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Something came up with your father-in-law's company. It's urgent. I have to go now. Thong looked a little nervous. Oh, that's okay. I can just go back home. Mrs. Yon gently held his hand. No, you're already halfway there. You are preparing lunch with so much love. Give it to him. My driver will drop you off safely. I will take the cab here. Thong looked down at his left fingers, fidgeting. But what if they don't believe me? No one at his office has ever seen me. They might think I'm lying. Mrs. Yon gave a reassuring smile. They will believe you, and if they don't, they will regret it once Jungkook sees you. Just be confident, Thong nodded slowly, gripping the lunch box. Thong, Mrs. Yon, you are his husband. You have every right to show up with food and love. With that, she kissed his forehead, then stepped out to go to the cab. The car continued toward the tall glass building in the center of Seoul, JK Corporation, while Thong stares at the window, heart pounding just a little faster than before. The slick back car stopped smoothly in front of JK Corporation, in front of a massive building of glass and steel. Thong stepped slowly, clutching the lunchbox tightly in his chest, his other hand resting protectively over his belly. His heart thudded nervously in his chest as he looked up at the grand entrance. People in formal suits passed by him, one nearly bumped into him. He widened his mouth. That person turned to say sorry, but when he saw Thong, doesn't know why, but his expression said he's disgusted. He took a deep breath, whispering to himself, Thong, it's just Jungkook's office, nothing to be nervous about. As he made his way to the main door, two tall security guards stepped forward, holding out their hands to stop him. Guard 1. Excuse me, sir. ID, please. Tong became startled. Oh, I didn't bring one. I just came to get to frown it more for. You can't enter without the ID. It's company policy. Tong's grip on the lunchbox tightened. I am not here for anything official. I just came to give this lunch to my husband, John Shankuk. He is the CEO. Both guard exchanges glanced, then looked at him again, this time in disbelief. Guard 1. Your husband? Tong nodded innocently. Yeah, he forgot his lunch home, so I brought it to him. For a moment there was silence, then suddenly laughter. The guards burst out laughing, trying to but failing to hold it back. One of them even held his stomach amused. Guard 2. You, John Shankuk's husband. That new one. Guard 1. Man, people really come up with wild stories just to get a glimpse of the CEO. He is really that hot and famous. Tong stood frozen, his lips slightly parted, unable to understand why they were laughing. He was confused, his cheeks burning with embarrassment. Guard 1. Laughter faded into the cold expression as he took a step forward. Alright, that's enough. We have seen plenty like you, people showing up with stories, fake gaps, and lame excuses. Just to get a glimpse of the CEO, you are no different. Tom, I am not lying. I am really his. Kato cut him off with a scope. Look at yourself. Have you seen what you are wearing? Have you looked at your appearance before getting into JJK's? That's when Tong glanced down. He was in Jungkook's oversized shirt and loose pajama pant, soft cotton, wrinkled and casual. His hair was a bit messy from the air outside, but no shoes, just comfy slipper. His eyes looked away, cheeks flushed in humiliation. Tong, I don't come here for attention. Flustered, he reached into the pocket and showed them picture. Anything to prove himself? But the moment he picked his pajama packet, his heart dropped. His phone wasn't there. He had left it on the dining table in rush. Tong was cracked. I forgot my phone. Cardon crossed his arms. Then I suggest you to go back home. Tong's eyes pleaded. Please, I will just hand over the lunch and leave. I'm not here to cause trouble. He didn't eat anything since morning. Just let me give it to him. Kato remained silent, looking at him like he was nothing more than a nauseous. How do we know you are not some obsessed fan or stalker? Tong's shoulder dropped. His finger clenched around the lunchbox. His lips trembled, but he stood still, not ready to give up. Please, just 1 minute. That's all I ask. There was a long pause. Finally, Card 1 sighed and turned it to other. Card 1. Let him go. If he is lying, he will be kicked out after getting humiliated in front of everyone. Card 2. Whatever. Let's see how far he takes. They stepped aside. Tong bowed slightly, clutching the lunchbox and walked through the glass door. Heart heavy and face shows embarrassment. Already hurt. 8. Still holding on. As Tong stepped inside the grand lobby of JK Corporation, he immediately felt people stare, their heads turned to him, some puzzled with conversation, their eyes trailing down to his visible baby bump, then back to his soft feature and mismatched homey clothes. Then they started whispering, Is that a guy? He is pregnant? Whose relative is that? Whose husband is he? Tong kept his eyes down, holding the lunchbox tighter. Ignoring the burning stare from him, he walked to the reception desk. Tong, excuse me, the receptionist, a young woman with bright red lipstick, and looked up. She froze for a moment as she scanned him. Yes? Tong cleared his throat softly. I am here for my husband. He is in a meeting right now, but I just came to give him this lunchbox. His name is John Shankuk. The woman blinked, then slowly, a smirk formed on his face. Your husband, John Shankuk. She said it louder than necessary. Few employees nearby turned their head. The receptionist leaned back in her chair, calling one of them near. Hey, come here. He is saying he is John Shankuk's husband. The employee started eyes wide with amusement. Seriously? Is this a prank? He looks like just rolled out of bed. Jungkook, she wouldn't even look at someone like him. And then the lobby filled with laughter. Tong stood still, cheeks burning. He lowered his head as hot tears were there in his eyes. One fell, slipped silently down his cheek. He wiped it away quickly. Receptionist. Anyway, Mr. John is still in meeting with that model from the lipstick ad. And she winked at him, suggesting something. She is so sexy. They have been in there for a while. Tong had dropped. His fingers clenched around the lunchbox as his chest felt hurt. The receptionist giggled with her co-worker again. You can sit in the waiting area, might be a long meeting, you know. She winked at him again. After taking a sharp breath, Tong nodded silently and walked to the far corner of the lobby, choosing to sit closer to the window, away from the laughter. He sat down, resting the lunchbox on his lap, eyes fixed on the floor, scanning the scared to touch the floor, which looked so polished to him. He was already embarrassed, now broken. His head gently stroked his round belly as his head leaned back against the wall. He was exhausted, his eyelids closed, and for a moment he nearly drifted off to sleep. But then suddenly sound of whispers wake him up. He didn't lift his head, but the words were enough to reach him clearly. Lisa, do you think he is actually not lying? Jenny scoffed softly. Oh, he is definitely lying. Look at him. He looks like he walked straight out of the bed with that wrinkled shirt and pajama pant. No way, someone like him is married to our CEO. Lisa shook her. Yeah, right. That's your Jungkook we are talking about. The man who literally walk around like a Calvin Klein model. And you're this forgot. Like, I feel sad for you. He will have to have transcript the lunchbox in his lap. I think we'll see you into her, not you. Lisa. Yeah, don't say that. You're breaking my heart. Jenny giggled, not stopping. He likes sexy, confident, hard-working woman, not whatever that is. A sleepy, soft-faced man claiming to be his husband. If he is married, he will dish him in a heartbeat for someone like that model. Lisa smirked. A pregnant potato can't her dropped, leaning towards, but he bit down hard on his trembling lip, forcing the tears to stay in his eyes. He had never felt so small. Thong couldn't take it anymore. He slowly lifted his head and turned it toward the two girls, eyes red but fast. Thong, why the hell are you talking about me like that? Lisa and Jenny blinked in surprise, caught off guard. Thong stood up slowly, one hand on his belly, the other still holding the lunchbox. Thong, Jeon Jungkook is my husband. He loves me. He loves our baby, and he is never going to leave me, no matter how many of you wish otherwise. Him to leave me. He is my husband and will be mine always. Few people nearly gasped. Others scoffed or giggled. Jenny rolled her eyes. You wish? He is into women like her. She nodded toward the meeting room. And me, not you. Definitely not a potato like you. Thong, you are wrong. Lisa interrupted with a cruel laugh. No, you are wrong. He doesn't love you. He can't. How could someone like Jeon Jungkook love someone like you? He loves me, not you. Thong, stop it. He loves me, not you. I'm his husband, not you. Lisa rolled her working woman, not like you. Be while claiming it's your CEO's baby. Slept with someone and came here claiming CEO's child. What do you want? She crossed her hands. Thong cries. Tell me, money? Of course, yeah. She scoffed. You must be hungry for money. That's why you are here. Okay, wait. Did he sleep with you just for one night? And now you think he will love you? Oh, wait, you are claiming he is married to you. Look at yourself, dirty boy. You look someone poor who can't afford to stand here in JJK. You are standing here. Feel grateful. We are not kicking you out just because you are pregnant. Otherwise, you would have been shoved out till now with your illegitimate child. Lisa poked his chest again with her finger. So you just sit here and wait for our CEO to throw you out of this company. Jenny, or we should call police before boss knows about this. He will be proud on us for doing this such a favor. Lisa, that's great idea. He will be impressed by me and then he will implant me for his secretary's position. And then we will get close and then we will make a real child, not the eliminated one. Just like this. She points at Tong's belly bump, who covered it with protectively. Tong flinched. You are such a disgusting man, showing up here, claiming this baby is his, when the truth is, it's not. It's illegitimate. The word echoed in Tong's ear as his eyes turned wide. Tong's heart shattered and tears dropped. You just want to put false allegation on Jungkook, act like he made you pregnant so you can get money and the name. Laughter echoed from behind them again, from people who didn't know the truth. Tong clutched his belly, tears slipping from his eyes uncontrollably. It's not true. Don't call my baby that. He is Jungkook's child, our child. He sniffed. He is not illegitimate. His voice cracked as he sobbed, lips trembling, back pressed to the wall as he stood protectively in front of his baby bump, trying to shield his unborn child from the cruelty of strangers. Lisa took a step forward, eyes sharp with jealousy. What's wrong? Feeling weak now? Maybe you sure have stayed home where you belong instead of claiming a man who doesn't even want you. Jenny laughed right beside her. If this kid was really his, don't you think he would have claimed you by now? No ring, no picture. No one even sees you before. Tong's knees wobbled. Their words were cruel, and the cruel laughter around him made him feel like he is doing something wrong. He judgmental stare of the people. His vision blurred as more tears fell. He tried to speak and defeat himself one more time, but his lips trembled, his body exhausted and hurting from the stress. Suddenly, the elevator dimmed across the lobby. John Jungkook stepped out with his secretary and several staff members trailing behind him, walking toward his office, until his eyes locked onto the sound commotion near the waiting area. His rose furrowed, and then his heart dropped. There, in the middle of the lobby, stood Tong, his tongue pale, shaking, tears streaking down his soft cheek, a hand clutching his solemn veiling, about to fall. Jungkook, the word showed. Without a second thought, Jungkook runs to him. His staff called after him in confusion, but it didn't stop. Tong's knees finally buckled from the weight of everything. His body was about to fall, but he never hit the ground. Jungkook appeared in just time, clutching him in his arms, one hand on his back, the other under his knees. Jungkook, Tong, baby, what happened? Tong clung to his shirt weakly, his face buried in Jungkook's chest, sobbing. Who? They said such horrible thing about our baby. Jungkook's eyes widened, and then he looked at them. People gasped when they saw him glaring at them with such a stare, which says he will kill whomever have hurted his beloved one. His eyes burning with rage. Same people who were now stunned into silence, and Jungkook was furious. Jungkook's arm tightened around Tong. His eyes landed on Lisa and Jenny, both now pale and frozen in place. And then he spoke, voice filled with fury. Jungkook, every single person who talked bad about my husband and our unborn child. He scanned the lobby, making sure everyone heard him. We see what happened when they mess with someone who carries my name. No one dared to breathe. Jungkook didn't wait for a response. He adjusted his grip on Tong and walked toward his private elevator. not sparing another glance at anyone. Once inside his cabin, he gently laid Tong down on the plush sofa and immediately called his personal doctor. Within 10 minutes, the doctor arrived, carrying a medic kit. Shankuk placed it back and front, eyes never leaving Tong's face. Doctor, let me shake him. He gently exclaimed at Tong, who was half conscious, eyes fluttering weakly, open now. And then, after a few minutes, the doctor looked up at Shankuk. Doctor, he is extremely exhausted. His blood pressure is low and he is weak. It looks like he hasn't eaten properly today. Shankuk's heart dropped. He looked at Tong and then back at the doctor. Doctor, the stress and hunger combined, causing him nearly collapse. He needs rest and proper meal immediately. After that, Doctor left. Shankuk sat by Tong's side, holding his hand tightly, his thumb brushing over the knuckle again and again, his heart still ashamed from seeing Tong so vulnerable. Minute passed before Tong's lashes fluttered, his brows furrowed slightly as he opened his eyes. Shankuk leaned in instantly. Shankuk, Tai, baby, I am here. Sure, okay, alright. Tong was confused at first until he remembered everything. His lips trembled, but before a single tear could escape, Shankuk pulled him into a warm, protective hug. Shankuk, shh, it's okay now. I'm your love. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. You did so well, baby. So well. Tong wrapped his arm weakly around Shankuk, nuzzling his beak into the crook of his neck. Then Shankuk pulled back slightly and gave him a stern look, one only a worried husband could do. But why didn't you eat? You know you are pregnant. You have to take care of yourself. Tong pouted. Then how could I eat when you forgot your lunch too? My husband hasn't eaten. So how could I? Shankuk groaned softly, brushing back the strands of hair stuck to Tong's forehead. That's not how it works, Bob. I am not pregnant. You are. You are carrying our baby. You need meals. No matter what. Look at what happened. You scared me, Bob. He leaned forward, resting his forehead against Tong's. I didn't ever want to see you like that again. I like my husband, my strong babe. Okay? Tong pouted even more, looking away until Shankuk gently tilted his face back. I like you when you smile, when you giggle over something silly, when you are bouncing like a little kid. How will you jump in excitement? If I tell you, he buzzed with a playful smile on his face. I planned a romantic dinner for us tonight. Tong's eyes widened, lips already smiling, lightening up instantly. He threw his hands up and tried to jump, but forgot he is pregnant, and he fell right onto Shankuk's arms with a soft gasp. Tong, Shankuki, you are so bad. See, now I can't even jump properly. It's your fault. I'm like this. You made me pregnant. He pouted more, playfully slapping Shankuk's chest with his tiny fist. Shankuk's expression turned darker. Can't tell, baby. You are such a walking scene. My little buddy couldn't keep it to himself. Tong has his eyes widened, and Shankuk is tightening his grip around Tong, one tight, where his hand is resting and while biting his lip. Bad Shankuk is so bad and shameless. Shankuk burst out laughter, heart swelling with love. It's my husband whom I am talking to. Was so shameless in this. He cupid Tong's cheek gently and began preparing kisses all over his face, his forehead, cheek, nose, jaw, even his pouty lips. My adorable husband, my silly perfect baby. Tong giggled, his earlier tears long forgotten as he basked in Shankuk's kisses. They can have lunch, Shankuk. Wow, smells amazing. Shankuk was already picking up the chicken and Tong slaps his hand away. Shankuk still grabbed it. Tong, yeah, wait a bit. He scolded Shankuk and then they had lunch. Shankuk, open wide. Tong smiled shyly and leaned in, taking the bite. You are spoiling me. Shankuk, I will spoil you every day if it keeps that smile on your face. Taeyong fed him back, and they continued their meal like that, feeding each other, giggling and teasing. For a brief moment, everything was calm, soft, and just theirs. But once the last bite was gone, Shankuk placed his phone down, and with silence, his eyes didn't leave Taeyong's face. Shankuk, they? Taeyong tilted his head, looking at him. What did they say to you? Taeyong froze. His smile dropped. Cook, just let it go, please. But Jungkook's voice was firmer this time. No, I need to know. Tell me exactly what they said to you. I need to know, baby. And if you can't tell me, I will learn it later. But I want to know it now. Taeyong looked down, forgetting with the corner of his sode. Tears welled up again in his eyes. They called me forgot. Jungkook fist clenched. They said our baby is illegitimate. Jungkook's breath grew heavy. That I am lying about you being a father of just to get your money. Jungkook pocketed his inner cheek. Taeyong's voice cracked as he continued. They said I can't be your husband because I am ugly. Because someone like you could never love someone like me. Jungkook stood up from the couch. He grabbed Taeyong's hand firmly but gently. Jungkook, come with me. Taeyong looked up, startled. Where are we going? Jungkook didn't even glance back to show them who Jeon Jungkook's husband really is. And with that, he led Taeyong out of the room, eyes blazing, ready to make the world regret every tear Taeyong has shed today.